So imagine navigating life with the same spirit of adventure, camaraderie, and unique skills as the characters in the Goonies, which, by the way, is one of my all time favorite movies. So, for neurodivergent individuals, their experiences can be likened to the diverse and vibrant personalities of Mikey, Data, Chunk, and the rest of the gang. As a late diagnosed ADHDer, I find the Goonies to be an excellent metaphor for understanding the neurodiversity spectrum. Let's dive into how each character from the iconic 80s film represents different neurodivergent traits, celebrating the strength and unique perspectives that make us who we are. So for ADHD, we're going to look at Mikey Walsh. And Mikey Walsh, who, as we know, is the adventurous leader of the Goonies, embodies the impulsivity and enthusiasm often associated with ADHD. So his eagerness to embark on this epic treasure hunt, despite not knowing the risks, mirrors the impulsive decisions and high energy levels seen in many ADHD individuals. So we want to look at, in particular, Mikey's decision to pursue the one-eyed Willie's treasure with that map that he finds in his father's attic, without fully considering the dangers. And there are many dangers. And this is a classic example of ADHD's impulsivity and risk-taking. We also want to look at his persistence and determination because despite the challenges, Mikey's determination to save his home and find the treasure showcases the persistence that many of us ADHDers exhibit when we are passionate about something. You may call it hyperfocusing or hyperfixation. Because when I'm hyperfocusing on a project, it feels like Mikey leading the charge, full of determination and ready to overcome any obstacle, at least for that moment. So this persistence has been a hallmark of my personal ADHD experience. Next, we're going to look at autism. And here we are looking at Data, who is my absolute favorite character in this movie for so many reasons. We're going to look at Data's innovative thinking and problem solving. So Data, with his inventive gadgets and quick thinking, represents the innovative and detail-oriented nature of many autistic individuals. And his ability to devise these creative solutions to problems is a testament to the unique problem-solving skill often seen in autistic folks. So think back to the slick shoes on the log and his pinchers apparel, both of which got the entire gang and, of course, himself out of some pretty tight spots. So these are perfect examples of his inventive mind at work, even if he was also getting bullied and teased. Sometimes, I think, by his own friends, saying that his inventions were stupid, even though he spent months and months of time inventing them. And this represents the passion that many autistic individuals have for their special interests. So this reminds me, it's not just myself, but also my oldest daughter, special interests. Quite a few of them she's had since she was younger, like a toddler. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. We should be passionate about something, and those special interests are often really what drive us to do the things that we do and to pursue things that we love in spite of what other people say. So I'm all for it. Next, we're going to look at dyslexia, and here we're looking at Mouth. And Mouth, who is the witty and resourceful member of the Goonies, illustrates the strengths in verbal communication and creativity that can often be found in dyslexic folks. I will caveat here, though, I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a psychologist. I am not, here to diagnose people. What I'm looking at, though, is for the traits that I have condensed and seen in those scientific things and elsewhere. So that is what I'm looking at. I'm not trying to diagnose anybody. I'm not trying to say, well, Mouth is definitely dyslexic. I'm just saying that he might have some of those traits. So despite the potential challenges, though, associated with reading, that dyslexic people can excel in these other areas and like the verbal skills and the creative thinking. So Mouth's quick wit and ability to translate Spanish, albeit humorously and not always accurately, shows his strong verbal skills and creative use of language. And then we also look at his resilience and adaptability. So Mouth's ability to adapt in situations and use his strengths to help his friends highlights the resilience that many dyslexic individuals develop. And when I think about this, I think about the scene where they're underground and he's looking at the pipes. And it's because of his dad, really, that he understands what these pipes are for. And then he comes up with that idea. Start making the noise and start banging on the pipes to get the attention to people who are above ground. The scene is pretty comical as for what happens above ground. Do I feel bad about what happens to the people in the country club? Yes. But again, we're looking at Mouth's ingenuity here. Now, for dyscalculia, we're looking at Chunk. And we look at his emotional expressiveness and his social skills. So Chunk's emotional expressiveness and ability to connect with others reflects the strong social skills often seen in dyscalculic folks. So while he might struggle with numbers, and this was something I struggled with a lot when I was a kid because I couldn't visually see it. It's hard to explain, but if you remember those little stacking cubes, and I don't know exactly what they were cubes and they connected together, that was the only way I could end multiplication. And more complex addition and subtraction was visually seeing, okay, 3 cubes is representative of the number 3. And this is 2, or this is whatever. And it finally made sense when I could see it, visually see it, beyond just, oh, this is just a number and it's supposed to represent something. That didn't help. Anyway, so we look at Chunk's heartfelt confession during the triple shuffle. Because he didn't want to do it. It's embarrassing. It's kind of degrading to him, but he does it anyway for his friends. And then we also look at his tight bond with Sloth. And those two things showcase his emotional depth and his social abilities. And then we'll also look at his courage and his loyalty. So despite his fears, Chunk's loyalty to his friends and his bravery in dangerous situations illustrate his courage and determination that many of us neurodivergent folks have. So those are just a few ways we look at neurodivergence through Goonies. And how can we then support neurodivergent individuals? So we want to celebrate unique strengths, obviously. Just as each Goonie brought unique strengths to the group, it is important to celebrate the diverse abilities of neurodivergent folks. So recognizing and valuing these strengths fosters a supportive and inclusive environment. We also want to be able to provide the right tools and support. So the Goonies relied on each other's unique skills and right tools to overcome obstacles. Similarly, providing neurodivergent individuals with tailored support and resources can help them navigate challenges successfully. And we also want to encourage authenticity. So encouraging neurodivergent individuals to be themselves, much like the Goonies, and to just embrace their own quirks and strengths. Authenticity leads to a more fulfilling and empowered life. So the neurodiversity spectrum is beautifully illustrated through the Goonies. And yes, I'm aware I missed some. So from Mikey's adventurous spirit to Dative's inventive genius, each character embodies the unique neurodivergent traits that contribute to the collective success. By understanding and celebrating these traits, we can create a more inclusive and supportive world for neurodivergent individuals. So channel your inner Goonie, embrace your unique strengths, and remember you are unfiltered and stoppable, and Goonies never say die.